Then you can bring in all the stakeholders and you can get into programs that'll help you and train you on how to build it. But that first step is you have to design a business model that is desirable.
When I initially moved back to Pensacola, I had a meeting with Lloyd. Lloyd invited me for breakfast and I was telling him, man, I still have an idea for the entertainment industry. This is what I wanted to do. He was like, all right, I got Startup on the Blocks. So I need you to start coming to Startup on the Blocks and get a little more information on how to work through the tech ecosystem and take your idea and we'll get you where you need to go. My company is called The Know, is an app that is streamlining business for the entertainment industry. Yeah, so if you're a musician, what you would do is pretty much jump on the platform, you'll create a profile, but the way we created the profile is pretty much a cleaner way. So now if they want more information about you, you'll connect your social media platforms, your streaming platforms, and that way they can go directly to it. What we also have included is your calendar. So pretty much you can set your days, you can set your price for your days and automate your booking. So initially talking to Lloyd, my idea was all here, it was there, it was over here, it was over there. It was like, all right, Quinn, I get it. You got a lot that you want to do, but we need you to bring it in just a little bit and then work on your pitch, your story, and how you're going to bring it full circle to get people to understand what you're trying to create.
Most of the programs here wasn't inclusive, and so we said we'll focus on helping founders of color. We also start at the beginning of the thing, at the idea stage, whereas a lot of the programs you see here locally, they start after you're up, and that's not very efficient unless you have, if you don't have a lot of money, you can't recover from your mistakes. And the lean startup system, it actually helps you make mistakes faster before you spend a lot of money. You don't actually start building anything until you got customer buy-in.
There was a need for small businesses to bring brand awareness to their business. I see there's a lot of makers and bakers that they're making all of these goodies and these products, but they can't market it, they can't sell it at the same time, and there needs to be kind of like that middleman, that middle person to help bring economic growth to some of the small businesses in Pensacola. So Taste of Pensacola, I came up with that idea during the pandemic when I saw things at that time that Amazon couldn't fulfill. They didn't even have those products, but the local people in the community, they did. And so there was a ton of people coming out saying, hey, I make masks. I'm like, wow, this is amazing. All the local people here that are just as talented that can actually make those products. And so I wanted to kind of showcase who they were. So with Taste of Pensacola, our income streams, we have several of them. We have the corporate America, we do corporate gifting, just regular consumers, different Pensacola natives that don't live here that want to purchase our boxes, like a taste of weddings, distribution. So we also do bulk sales. So for a private airline, if they want some local snacks and goodies on their passenger flights, they will come to Taste of Pensacola and we will source their vendors here locally. And we'll give a small business owner an opportunity to have reoccurring monthly sales. I've always had a really big vision for Taste of Pensacola. I knew that it could go beyond just local. I know that maybe other communities could possibly use the same platform that I'm trying to build. And I always have these big visions, but I never know how to even get there. Where do I start? I know it's more than, there's a lot of technical things behind it. I know there's a lot of research, but that connection, I never had it until, thankfully, I met and was introduced to Startups on the Blocks and was able to just learn more about how to grow it in terms of data. Things I just never thought about, framework, words like traction. There's a lot of things that I just did not know about in language that I need to know in order to get funding for my business. There's just a lot that I didn't know.
I would go to the stores and look online. They didn't have a wide variety of natural hair products about 8 years ago. And the ones that they did have, the ingredients, it would say that they were all natural. And when I would research the ingredients, a lot of the ingredients were not natural. I make everything, my shampoo, conditioner, I have an oil that I make, and I have 2 different separate butters. Like I had some people who were completely bald and grew their hair. It's about giving women their confidence back in their hair. I have this salon and I have a second salon, and I have my products in about 5 beauty supply stores. So I need a manufacturer to keep up with the demand at this point. Startup on the Blocks has helped my business grow. Send me to different people. I'm able to do different pitch competitions to apply for grants in the community for small businesses. Lloyd's a really good person to connect with. He has a lot of resources here in the community that can help small businesses grow. If you have a product out there and you're trying to go big time, he's the person that you would want to meet with.
So it's really important to have some type of support because 9 times out of 10, most founders start out on their own. And to have somebody that has an idea of how the ecosystem works and is able to tap into other resources and bring back to the community, and that pretty much has encountered some of the roadblocks or going through the same roadblocks that we're currently going through and understands where you're at, your culture and how you respond to things, is a big help because you don't really have too many people that have access to what we have access to here in the community. And a lot of people believe that you have to leave and go to bigger cities to do the things that we're doing here. But I mean, it's one thing to have exposure, but you have to actually know it's here in the community in order to take advantage of the resources. So I get approached and I talk to friends all the time that wants to either start an idea or hear that I'm actually doing the app and wants to know more information about how are you doing it or what's the process, what's the path. I'm like, man, we have somebody here, Startup on the Blocks, Lloyd Richard. And Lloyd is here, he's a great resource to the community and to founders that's trying to learn the ecosystem. So join Startup on the Blocks.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Startup on the Blocks. We're doing our Startup Founders Best Practices, and we're glad to be here to share with founders and get them on the right track to making some money. Glad to see you out there, Vercel. Hope everything's going good up in Mississippi with all your good work up there. All righty, so today is a special day. We are getting close to kicking off our next 30-day class for business model design. So we want people to make sure you listen up and sign up for that class. The good news is we're going to be leveraging AI a lot more than we have in the past to kind of help the founders get up to speed to kind of do stuff. So it should be pretty exciting. Let me share my screen and give a big shout out to our sponsors. And we love our sponsors too. We just like we love our founders. Yes. So yes, big shout out to all the banks, the Florida Powers and Lights, the Blacks in Technology, the law firms, and our corporate partners like Startup Science and Lean Stack and PitchBob and Coder.io, make startups. And it's like really fantastic having the support for, from other folks that are in the ecosystem, other organizations that are in the ecosystem. It's really, really a neat thing. And that's basically what our model is to partner with these corporate sponsors and organizations or software companies that supply stuff to startups. We like to partner with those so we can actually provide the services to our founders. It's pretty neat. Hello, Ralph. Glad to see you on tonight as well. Looking forward to get you back in the 90-day thing. And just so you all know, we got a 30-day thing coming up starting on the 8th of July. And immediately following that, we're going to actually do our 90-day program. So, Ralph, we expect to see you in that. And but what I want everybody to kind of understand with this 30-day business model design class, it's literally just training just to get you to understand how to evaluate your idea and build a business model around your idea and then be able to pitch your idea. So it's a really neat process that the class takes you through. And it's as simple as just applying to take the class. That's how simple it is to get access to the platform and the tools to kind of help you move forward. And tonight I'm going to be sharing one of the prompts that we're going to use in the class, and to kind of help people get off to a really good start and not feel too overwhelmed. But anyway, as a founder, you have to leverage AI tools to kind of upskill your knowledge about being an entrepreneur. Being a founder, if you haven't had a bunch of MBA type training or entrepreneur type training, you definitely want to level up your knowledge, and you can leverage AI to do that. And we throw the term business model around a lot, but it's something that you have to learn and understand, and so you definitely will know it inside out after going through our training program. So I thought tonight it would be just a good idea to show folks how you can leverage some of these AI tools just to understand the industry you're in, and all the pain points and all the business models that are used in the industry, and learn help you leverage some tools to create some prompts that can get you up to speed really fast on what's going on in your industry and some potential business models to use. Yes, it's and evaluate the business models and everything. So it's pretty exciting. So first, we want to kind of help people understand what the ecosystem is. We had Roland on in the networking from up in Atlanta, and he was headed to an event, so he's going to have to catch a recording later. But so he says, like, I have a lot of ideas, and I'm trying to figure out what to do. And he had noticed that the Cocoa Institute has some programs that help Black founders, and so I was glad he hopped on. But the thing that there's so many things going on, and I probably forgot more stuff that I could probably tell you. But and on the networking, Tony he had said that he had applied for the Black Ambition program, and he didn't get in, but they actually gave him $1,000 worth of AWS credits and $10,000 worth of one of the other cloud services in DigitalOcean. And so just for applying, and that reminded me of me applying for pitch competitions or events and not getting selected, but getting free tickets to actually go to the events. Yeah, and it's just stuff. If you participate, people recognize what you're doing, and they try to help you to move forward. But in thinking about this whole startup ecosystem out there, you could even count the number of programs, the number of things that people offer is in the thousands and thousands, and the in-kind services, the free software, the free event tickets. It's just literally unbelievable the amount of stuff that's out there. But and I'm talking about this over here on the right, and this is just kind of like a sampling, just to kind of give you an idea. But would prevent a person from accessing those things is the skills and knowledge that you need to learn. And so that's where we come in. We help level up your knowledge gap in order to move forward. So we literally went out there and found the one of the top two of the top programs in the nation, and that the Lean Stack, it literally has all the business model design training and all the training to how to launch your product or service. And then we also partnered with Startup Science. We got all the information that gets you ready for accelerator programs, all these different kind of programs, get you ready to pitch to investors. And it's just an amazing program, and they keep updating it on a daily basis. Partner with another company, Make Startups. They actually have a thing called Co-Founder OS that actually uses AI to make sure you learn the entrepreneurial skills that you need to learn. Literally, there are skills you need to learn, and it actually measures how well you know those skills in the beginning and tracks your progress through the whole course. And I think that's a really fantastic tool And we offer all these training programs for founders to actually learn all these skill things in the middle. But we also partner with other corporations that give free stuff. Like we partner with Coda.io, and you can run your whole back office off that, and they give you 6 months of free service with unlimited AI stuff. And so and they partnered with one of the biggest cloud companies in the world, and to actually create this thing called the Coda Brain. And so it's a pretty neat thing. And so all these things are available, to founders, but you got to learn these skills. But a founder is anybody that actually is working on a scalable business idea and they're trying to solve a big problem. So my definition of a founder is somebody who has an idea and starting to work on it, or it could be an entrepreneur already making money from a product or service, and they want to learn how to scale that up to make more money. It could be somebody that's running traditional small business or nonprofit. We'll train anybody, because no matter what type of business you're in, you're going to have a business model, and you need to learn about some of these business models that are out there. Quinn Bro and I were sitting in a meeting this week, and we had Quinn had invited some folks over from New Orleans to share what they were doing over there, and they shared the business model they were using for that nonprofit, and it was an approach that I hadn't thought about that much, but by just participating in these meetings and events, it literally helped bring that out. So, and the point I'm making there, as a founder, you have to do and learn stuff in order to get access to the resources that can help you out. And so folks don't really know how big this startup ecosystem is. And after George Floyd, I started tracking it, and it literally grew to billions of dollars for minority entrepreneurs. But when it first got started, they were setting aside a lot of money for Black founders, and like started off, 1 billion, 2 billion, 3 billion, 5 billion, and went all the way up to $60 billion. But if you don't have the skills and knowledge, you can just count yourself out. You're missing the boat, and that's what we're trying to tell people. Learn what it takes and get your seat at the table so you can participate in this innovation economy. And so these are some of the phases you go through. You start off with an idea, and what you're trying to do is get to a point where you can exit. But you don't actually you're not in business at this idea stage, but you still can get help. But you're trying to get to the point where you can launch your product or service. You don't have to quit your job while you're learning this stuff. And my point here is there is a phase you go through, and you need to learn them. Don't make excuses about this and that. Just jump in and start learning what you need to do. That's kind of what my point there is. We used a foundational program, is the Lean Stack program, and we use the training from Ash Maurya, who invented the one-page business plan, the Lean Canvas, and so he has you look at it. Whereas this thing is looking at it from the phases of a startup. This thing is looking at it from the milestone that the founder who's building the company has to go through in order to be, and you can look at this hockey stick as a money curve. It's actually a traction curve. But literally, we have coaches trained all the way up to the level 3 here to help you along your startup journey. And back to our 30-day program, again, this is literally what it is. Whatever ideas you have, we help you get it down into the one-page business plan. and we help you understand and figure out what your goal is with your idea, and then do some customer sizing to see what your pricing that you need to have, and then we can help you to determine the viability based on your pricing. And ultimately, you're going to end up with a reaching that milestone where you built a business model, and that you can pitch, and that's what you can pitch. You pitch that business model to actually get access to these resources here on the right. You pitch that business model to actually recruit co-founders or team members. That's what that's all about. And after a 30-day program, we're doing the 90-day training class, and it literally takes you to the point where you get your MVP and move forward from there to launch your business. And so you see, this is still milestone driven. That's the thing you have to realize. And when you're building a startup, you have to go through these different milestones, and everybody's trying to get to this product market fit. But 80% of the folks don't make it there, because they're not following this lean startup methodology. And that's the training that we're trying to provide for founders out there so they can actually move forward. Feel free to pop in and ask any questions. If anything's unclear, glad to have you all here. I can't speak enough about the Startup Science, the partnership we have with them, and they just keep upgrading that training and adding new things, and so definitely take a look at that and kind of move forward with that. All righty, so I think we'll stop there, and let's start taking a look at some of this prompting stuff. What I wanted to do here, and let me pull up I have a document for today. Let me find it. I'll bring it up on the screen here. Yeah, so these are the links, and I'll put one at a time in the chat here. So this is posting the link for a business model design training that's coming up, and need to sign up by July 1st. And here's the information for that. Okay, and then I'm going to show you a new tool tonight that we're using, and it's called tastaid.com. And you're going to be shocked when I show you that. It's a really neat tool. And here's the link to that. And I did join their referral program. And so you also want to you can make a copy of this document here. It's actually the prompt for our 30-day business model design class that we got coming up that you need to apply for there. And this is an amazing prompt. It literally does all the deliverables, all the homework assignments for the 30-day class. You just have to enter a couple of things, and within a couple of minutes, your deliverables are out there for you to use. And so also have an example of a prompt that's used in the healthcare industry. So you can take a look at that. That's one I did with ChatGPT. So got some good stuff here for you tonight. And then finally, all the stuff that the Kakura Institute does related to founders, here's the prompt for that. Here's the link for that. So you should have all the links you need to kind of move forward with what we're doing. So anybody's out there has an idea what I want to demonstrate, this is a tool from Anthropic that for actually helping you. It's a prompt generator. I guess that's the easiest way to explain it. And so that prompt for the 30-day deliverables, I've typed in a couple of sentences and it actually generated those prompts. So if you have an idea or something you want me to try here, we can actually go through it. So Vercel or Ralph, if you want me to test something out here, I'll be glad to do it. Otherwise, I'll create one. Let me see if I see cancel this. So it's got this. Let me give you the link to this so you will have it. So it's the tool for creating your own prompts. Okay. And this is an example of the prompt that I shared with you. And so with that prompt, you have to, in this section here, whatever your business idea is, you put it here, and as much description as you want. It could be just a couple of sentences, and in this space here, you put in and whatever personal information, your background that actually relates to the prompt. And let's see what we got here. And so I'll give you give you an example of what it actually creates here. Okay. So I'll show you what here's the prompt that you have access to. So you just copy this page, and let's see. And let's go to one of our things here. So from that prompt, I went over and plugged it into here, and this is just an AI agent that knows the AI startup stuff. But you could do the same thing with ChatGPT, Perplexity, all of them. Gemini, it will actually give you the info you need. So let me find the prompt here real quick. Here it is. So and for our Black Founder Program, this is the description of our Black Founder Program, and here is some of my past experience on why we started the Black Founder Program. And I'm just going to go ahead and copy this out of here just for a second and go over to ChatGPT and just see what it does. Okay. Let's get, where is my ChatGPT? I'll create another thing with it. And you'll be able to see how quick this actually generates. So I'm pasting that prompt in here. So I told it about our Black Founder Program, the description right here. And I told it about my past experience and while we started the program. And this all came from me putting a couple sentences in this block right here, and it actually generated the prompt. So let's see how it goes. So let me review this before we do that. So in our 30-day business model design class, I think I can bring up a graphic here. But let me see, can I find it real quick? I'll just remove this one and
go here and get there a little quicker this way. Let's see. Give me a second here. Well, let me just talk through this, probably simpler. Yes, so basically in our 30-day class, you come up with a big idea for your lean canvas. Then you break it up into variants based on the customer segments or marketing channels. Then you create a why now elevator pitch for uh, for all the different variants, and then you use that to screen for desirability. Then you do uh, traction roadmaps to do a viability and a rollout plan to do the feasibility. So that's what this prompt is actually doing, and then you generate a pitch deck, a 3-minute pitch. So I'm gonna go ahead and click this. Let's see how good ChatGPT is working. So it's already spitting out the stuff. It's still writing. So so for our Black Founder program, and I can blow this up a little bit. It says the problem, here are the problems. Black entrepreneurs face a significant knowledge and resource divide in startup creation. So when you're building a startup, it's saying, what are the resources you need to build a startup? What is the knowledge you need? And so what we try to do is we try to solve this problem. We got a database of opportunities for founders of things you can use, resources you can get. We got the training that gives you the knowledge. So the second one is many Black founders lack the training to effectively access the available funding and support. AI came up with this. I didn't come up with this, but this is exactly the reason why we started our Black Founder program. So this one is really crazy. And I've interviewed over 200 founders, and this is what my takeaway was: broken business models hinder the scalability of the Black founded startups. Yeah, so that's kind of crazy. But let's go down here to the customer segments. So aspiring Black engineers, people who are thinking about becoming a founder. And so we want them to actually learn before they go out there and do it. So that's why we do the 30-day business model design, is before you even start your startup. But here, even if we also recruit folks in that are existing founders. And I could tell you, these existing founders, like I was working with one over the past month and a half, struggling, now got $150,000 in Microsoft Azure credits, and got in the Microsoft Startup Program, and revamped their revenue model, which is part of the business model. It's just literally crazy. Corporations and investors are seeking to support diverse startups. So that, I can't believe this thing actually came up with that, because so folks are out there giving us stuff free to help Black founders. It's literally yeah. So this is AI for you. It's just literally explaining what our program is, and I just told the reason why we started, and the description of it. That's actually, I got that from Pitch Bob. So we partnered with Pitch Bob. You answer, some questions, and it generates you a pitch deck, a sales deck, business model canvas, customer canvas. I mean, it's literally crazy. Why wouldn't you leverage these tools to kind of move forward? and so it gives the key metrics, the cost structure. And so this is the big idea canvas. And so now in the 30-day training, you need to break out the variants. So the first variant was aspiring Black entrepreneurs. You wouldn't believe we did like 6 30-day cohorts last year. You wouldn't believe the number of people that didn't understand what a variant was. And so here is actually breaking it out just so you can understand it. And it's saying the proposition that you give, the unique value proposition that you're bringing to the founder, and it's telling you how to reach them. And that's another thing that was a challenge for the founders going through our training. And so, and then the next thing you have to do for each one of those variants, you created a why now elevator pitch. The training gives you the template for the why now elevator pitch. So you got the template, and so what the deal is here is the AI is telling you how to say it clearly and concisely. And founders, they struggle with, they understand what the reason why they're doing it and how they would say it, but you need to say it the way other people can actually understand it, that don't have the background that you have, that are not as close to the problem as you are. And so that's so done. Select the top variants, and so it said we should, instead of going after, this one says instead of going after corporate stuff, we should work initially with the aspiring Black entrepreneurs and the existing Black founders. And then so we want to do a viability analysis. So this ChatGPT doesn't have access to the traction roadmap tool that we use, but it knows about the market and the growth potential and the competitive landscape that's actually out there. And so it's going to choose which ones to go do a rollout plan for, which is where you talking about the feasibility of your thing. So you're stress testing your business model for desirability, viability. So in desirability, you're going to basically use the customer segment and the problems for that customer segment and the unique value proposition to do your and then for your viability test, you're going to take your pricing model and to actually come up with, and your metrics to actually come up with that traction roadmap, the hockey stick curve. And then you get to the feasibility test. And so in the training, it teaches you about the now, next, later, your rollout plan. And so you come up with a plan for each variant, the top variants that you have. And it says, and this is it says, develop an online training module and mentor program. So guess what? We don't have to develop the training program. We're using the existing top programs that are already out there, but tailoring them for Black founders. And so, and then it says, organize community events, workshops to attract more participants. We have this event is a weekly event, that we use, but we also partner with other organizations that get more participants. Build partnership with organizations and businesses. So you saw all the sponsors and like we partner with Blacks in Technology and some of these other organizations to actually connect with people. And like we partner with the chambers and stuff like that. And later it says, expand your program to include advanced training and resources, establish a robust online platform for continuous learning and networking. And then the second variant for existing Black founders, now identify and onboard experienced mentors and industry experts. So now we want to make sure they got the right mentors that has the right knowledge, if they are expert in business development or if they're expert in AI or they're expert in marketing. That's what that's all about. And so we already have the training from Startup Science and the Lean Stack, and now the Co-Founder OS. Organized networking events and investor pitch session. So we do demo days, but we also refer people to other pitch competition. Yeah, and as you can see, it's done. And then it's basically picking telling you what the resource requirement for each variant is, so you kind of understand that, the timeline, the potential obstacles, and then it comes out and said the best rollout plan is for aspiring Black entrepreneurs. And then it creates the business model story pitch. So you have the template, and you can use ChatGPT, you can use Perplexity, you can use Meta and Facebook, you can use any of those things, and it'll get you going. But the tool that I want to show you is this. So when you create something in task aids, so let's just get away from this agent thing. So this is, I think it's maybe the same result of the one I just showed you, maybe a slight variation, but it allows you to see your that results of that prompt we just did, and kind of like in a let's see here. So here's just a list format. So I took basically let this tool generate the prompt. I mean, did the prompt this particular. I did the prompt in this particular tool, and then it actually spit out the stuff here. But if you notice, it's giving you details about each section of your lean canvas. So and here in the variants, and your now what are your now next later plan, and the different stuff here. But you can, this is what the kind of a mind map feature that you can see. So like for instance, early stage Black founders, I can come over here with this tool. So what, I can brainstorm about that, and let's just brainstorm. And let's see, let's try this something simpler. We can just do what subtasks would be for early stage Black founders. So it comes up with a whole list of subtasks you can actually do for that, and then you can insert it in here, but we can actually look at it. Come down here, and it's actually added that stuff in the table here. Ready? So let's try one more thing here. So I'm gonna use this prompting thing here. Let me see if I still have that prompt in here. So I'm basically putting that same prompt that we had before for the 30-day deliverables. And let's see how well this AI agent actually does with the prompt. Let's just see here. So make sure we got all the prompt stuff in there. Nope, this is actually answer, so I don't want, let's see, let's come up here quick. We just want the actual prompt. I put the solution. Oh, let's see, no, I'm looking at the wrong thing here. So it looks like it's got the prompt, it's got my business idea description here, my past experience. Yep, so it does have the prompt. I'm gonna go ahead and try it here. So the what I haven't told you here is this task aid tool. See, it's generating the information from the prompt. But guess what? This, you can get a free subscription for this, and you get 5 AI prompts a month, and you get to create one AI agent. And then there's a $10 subscription that gives you a lot more, and we'll take a look at that. But the crazy thing about this, it uses the paid version of ChatGPT to actually do this. This was a little bit slower than ChatGPT. So I can literally copy. Let's see, where did it start here? I can literally, here's what it copied. Oh, here's what it generated. Apologize there. So I can come here. Oh, here's my copy thing here. And I can get rid of this agent, and I can create a new project in this. Just paste that in here. And so it's got all that information in here, and I can continue to ask the AI more stuff about it and insert it in here, or I can go into this mind map view, and this is telling about the different variants there. Let's just look at something here. So I think it's pretty neat to be able to actually, so let's see. So let's say I'm not sure how to keep track of the customer's satisfaction and feedback. So I can click this. What are the subtasks associated with that? So it's telling me how to do that. And that I can insert that in here. And now I can look at this in a card format. I can look at it in a calendar format. And if I add dates to when I want to do stuff, I can look at it here. Let's see, or I can look at it in a table format. My map we just saw, org chart format. That's cute. And what is this one? A Gantt chart. So all you can arrange this around in a Gantt chart. So let's take a. I'm gonna do a little quick. Go into incognito mode and go to tastate.com. And let's take a look at the pricing here. Oh, so like, and this is showing, so it says you get one AI agent and one workspace and 5 AI requests per month. And then if you do an annual here, or you can do $10 monthly, you get, what do you get? You get 10 workspaces, unlimited file upload, advanced AI automation, Gantt charts, et cetera, et cetera. And then for annual $16 a month or $20 monthly, you get unlimited workspaces, unlimited AI automations, and let's see, and you get unlimited AI agents. They're not showing it here, but yeah, it's oh, here it is. Here's all this. Here's the way you can take a closer look at it. So to me, like a lot of times when you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, all these things, it's nice to be able to kind of get these things into a workflow. So TaskAid allows you to actually get them into a workflow with your startup. So yes, yep, and so it's a pretty neat tool. And also with this particular as you see here, so the free one uses the GPT Turbo 5, and the $8 or $10 a month one uses GPT 4.0. So, and yeah, I haven't saw any dilemma working with this one. So does anybody have would like me to try a chat based on your business idea? I'll be glad to do so. Yes. Ready. So the next thing, let's see what else I can show you here real quick. So that's the test aid deal. Let's see here. So Perplexity, this is a free account on Perplexity. This is the same prompt that I just did in Perplexity right here. And here it spits out the lean canvas. And so early stage Black founders, growth stage Black founders, corporate partners. So it's literally saying, very, very similar to that. And I think when I did Gemini with this prompt, it actually did, what I noticed about Gemini, it actually presents the information a lot different. And the Facebook Meta actually did a pretty decent job on it as well. So you got Facebook account for free, so you can generate this thing here. So that's pretty neat. So yeah, taking that one prompt and 5 minutes later, you have a whole lot of information about your startup idea. I don't know how it could get any better than that. And so the other thing that and I hadn't planned on putting the prompt up, but let me see, can I find a similar prompt for actually that I did for career planning and upskilling. So let's see if I can find a recent example to show you there. I have to find one of my students. Okay. Okay, so we'll pull Hannah's thing up here, but let me. So this prompt, and I have to find a blank one for you. It's in this case, it's tasked to for creating a comprehensive career plan, and for high schools, somebody who's want to do upskilling, somebody want to go to trade school or college, and it includes a life, leadership, and technical skills development. So with the younger folks, we want them to kind of learn some skills there. But so I literally did the same thing as I used this free. It's not free, but they give you like a $5 credit. So I'm going to cancel this and I'm going to show you. So I've been using this for 3 weeks now, but just to generate prompts and look at my usage. Okay, so I've been using it. And let's see if I can find. So they gave me $5 credit, and I've only used 71 cents in like 3 weeks, because I'm not actually having it I'm having it generate the prompts when I'm not running the prompt. So I'm having it create my prompts for me. So with the ones that I just showed you, I spent less than 75 cents. Yeah, so it's crazy. I still got $4.29 remaining, and it gave me these $5 credit to actually generate these prompts. So you so it's a pretty neat deal there. Let's see. So getting back to this prompt, what I wanted here, I did a similar thing, and so and the student information goes in here, and it's basically saying this variable contains information about the students, their current grade, their academic strength, etc. This is part of our ISI program, and then to put the career goal here, and say, basic information about your career aspiration. So from this one little prompt, let's just go to task day, back to task day, and it generated this career plan for her. Let's look at it in a listing. So she listed her extracurricular activities. It's telling her what stuff she needs to do for everyday, for whole thing. And like when you look at it in a mind map, that's what, and student government involvement, and which one this has to do with. And she's going to be a junior at LSU this year, so leadership skills. So I don't think she'll mind. I'll come in here and add some subtasks for her. It's telling her literally what she has to do, insert it into the plan there. So let's see here. But yeah, that's the power of AI. And so, like, if you want, we were one of the gentlemen that was in networking earlier. He said he was learning. He took the 30-day challenge with Microsoft Azure, and he's been learning all this cloud stuff. But anyway, you just tell it what you're interested in, and you can get a project plan in no time at a really reduced cost. Yes. All right. So, any comments or question about leveraging AI for your startup or a business idea? Any feedback? And I guess I should probably just do at least one prompt here, one question here. So anybody, somebody give me an idea of something to prompt here. Come on, somebody type something in. Okay, so like the gentleman that was on networking, let's see, what did he say? He wanted to, oh no, that was a little bit, yeah. Okay. I don't know, would like, if I should do something. To be a micro to generate a prompt. So one sentence I've this is the prompt I got for that. Okay, so I can come here and I can edit it. But I'm gonna just go ahead and copy it and just, where's my copy button? Just give me, just use that. Come over here to Chat GPT, new prompt. Paste it in here, and it looks like it only just want to know my Azure knowledge. I'll just say I am familiar with I don't know if it knows what I am familiar with Azure. Let's see what we get here. Okay, cool. So the good thing here. So let's copy this. Want to learn more? Please help. Not bad with the paid version of Chat GPT. Let's see what's the difference here. Yeah, they both look similar. So so it's not that big of a deal. But what I like using a product like Task Aid, so one of that thing about learning Azure, and I can say come over here. Let me just get back, get away from this. Get back here. Okay. I can, I can come over here and let's see. So I can say I want to create with, I want to learn about Azure, but I want to create with AI. I'll just go ahead and paste that prompt in here that I am familiar with Azure, and then I can do this prompt in here, and it's going to create me a whole project for actually for learning Azure. You come in here, it says create project, and this is the table format. If I just look at it and that, it's telling me what I need to do to learn about Azure. But if I go over here to the mind map, I can break each one of these down into the lowest level of detail. And so that's what the neat thing is about leveraging these tools. And so for the business stuff, we definitely want anybody that's interested to kind of sign up for our business model design class, and we'll help you get through all of this business model stuff. And I think it'll be very beneficial. So my advice is don't sit on the sideline. If you have an idea, jump in the game, start participating, be like Tony, apply for something, didn't get it, but they gave him, $11,000 worth of free stuff. Try that, in something other than a startup, being a startup founder, and see how far you get. Any questions out there? Next week is 4th of July, and I want to make sure everyone enjoys their holidays. So definitely plan to enjoy the day, that holiday myself. But the following week we're going to have Corey come on, and he's got a fundraising strategy he wants to share, and he's been out there testing it out, and it's been working well so far for him. So he's going to come share that, and after that we're going to have one of our former founders come back and do an update. And if you all remember the what I call her, the modern day hidden figures, she's actually made some progress on her product. So she'll be back to give us an update, and that should wind us out for July. And so and then we'll probably, I guess we'll start having demo days again early August. And Miss Beza Peterson, we're looking forward to having her on in 3 weeks, and Corey on in 2 weeks. And next week, we want everybody to enjoy the 4th of July. And feel free to reach out if you have any questions. All the links are in those chat things, and we appreciate you, everyone, for participating tonight. And we look forward to seeing you all in 2 weeks, but don't hesitate to call in between. Thanks a lot.